Yeah, so good evening, guys. Welcome to the live, and we have here with us Aditya, Aindrila, and Ishika. So good to have you here. So the main reason for this live. So by the way, I think Ishika and Aindrila are both. Are you sitting in the same room or what? No, right? Okay. So they are from
No.
IIT Kanpur right now, and Aditya is from ISI. Everything fine? Oh, Aditya, have posted your pictures. Very good. I like that. It's
Yeah, the walls were all empty, so I thought they could do with a little bit of decoration.
so you do draw or take pictures, photographs?
No, these are just prints from shows that I like.
Oh, great, great. Superb. Um, so today's the goal of today's life is to understand about your journey, learn about your journey, and share to the students. Mainly your juniors because you are the person to be inspiring your juniors. I think Aditya is from University of Mumbai, Ishika from Delhi University. Wait, my coffee has come. Just give me a minute. Yeah, so my coffee has come. New ideas will be coming soon. So yeah, I think Aditya is from University of Mumbai, Ishika from Delhi University, and Vendela is from West Bengal State University, right? Great. So the goal of today's live will be oriented around like the inspiration that you will provide to the students, your juniors. So the first thing I will start, and I will go in the alphabetical order from Aditya to Vendela and to Ishika, is that why statistics and why or probability or why in this field, why not something else? So Aditya.
Yeah, of course. So my journey into statistics is actually a little complicated. It took me a while to actually settle into this. When I finished my high school, when I did my 12th standard, I really wanted to go into physics. So, with that in mind, I joined Mumbai University. But my college was blessed to have a really, really good stats department. And I found that I had a much greater interest in doing statistics and statistical theory than I had in doing physics experiments and physics, electronics, and whatnot. And so my interest slowly began to shift towards statistics. Mumbai University's system works like this: you have to choose three subjects in your first year: physics, statistics, and maths, or physics, chemistry, maths, or whatever, and then drop one of them. So my initial goal was to study physics and mathematics, but then I ended up dropping physics instead of statistics. So what happened was, instead of becoming a physicist, I ended up getting into statistics instead. And from that point onward, I was a statistics student in the college, and I completed my bachelor's in statistics. So, and even after that, I was actually unsure of what to do next. My first thought was that I wanted to get into civil service. So I actually started preparing for those exams as well as studying economics on the side. But later on, I realized that I was really into was like the mathematical part of economics and the mathematical part of equations, modeling, and so on and so forth. And so I decided to change track once more and take the ISI MStat exam. So that's how my journey in statistics has been so far.
Did you get inspired by the statistics in the statistical? I mean, it was not there in your 11th, 12th, right? So, or
It
maybe it
was
was like statistical mechanics or something like that.
nothing of that sort. We just had a small section with mean, median, that kind of thing. Nothing remotely statistical in nature, honestly.
In fact, I mean, many of probability theory's applications have, and there are many physicists who have moved into probability from,
I
from physics.
I
So it's
believe
kind of, yeah,
Mahalanobis himself was originally a physicist, right?
yes, you're so right. So there are a lot of theoretical applications, like it's mostly theory, and then now physics is also, taking help of, or collaborating with the statisticians in terms of machine learning and stuff to simulate the real world scenarios. So that's a really great journey. So I mean, from physics to statistics, great, super. Anything more?
No, that's about it.
Great.
Thank you.
So Vendrila seemed to be a bit tense because she's in hostel and she's worried maybe I mean it's disturbing her
No, no,
roommate.
absolutely not. No,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
no. She's
So
fine.
okay, so what's your journey, Vendrila?
So after 10, I have to choose biology, computer science, or statistics. Any of three. Any one of three. So biology, so never. So it is a blood and to be a doctor and everything. No. So for me, and for the computer science, the rest of the students of my friends, they didn't take that. So I have three friends. They took statistics as a fourth one. So I also take statistics. So that's a parts of math. I think I can. Um, okay. So after that completion of 11 and 12, um,
So you do
then
statistics in 11th and 12th, Vendrila?
yes, yes.
Okay, great, great.
Huh.
And I didn't
Then
understand anything in there. Okay, so maybe they used to teach testing hypothesis or something like that in that.
no, no, no.
Okay, okay, okay.
Simple. Binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, geometric distribution, and we didn't use anything like derivatives to calculate the expectation mean or variance. We didn't use anything derivatives.
Did
We
you
use a
use Giri
simply
Banerjee book?
series. Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Giri
okay,
Banerjee and one more, NG Das.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So after when I decided not to go to the engineering or anything, so after then my marks were in statistics. My highest marks was in statistics. So I took that as a bachelor's degree honors, and then it started. And up in June or July 2020, I started this preparation of IIT. The first of all, I was so cast. Yeah. Then after completion of 1 year, it's like July 2021. Then I felt that yeah, I can crack the exam. So actually, the syllabus was about to complete. So yeah, and that's now I'm here.
Okay, now I'm here. Great, super. Like that's the ice-breaking line. Now I'm here. Okay, no, I'm just joking. So great, super. So Aditya, Vendrila, both of you want to pursue PhD in the future?
I would like to, I really would like to at the moment, but don't want to make any definitive statements at this time. I'm definitely very interested, of course, but I would definitely like to also wait and watch. I'm super interested, but I'm also cautious. Yes.
Okay, and Vendrila, PhD, I guess.
And you know everything.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah,
the
I
thing
know this.
is,
The participants also want to know. That's why we are here to. Yeah.
and many of the seniors, they are saying that कुछ भी हो सकता है changes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Seniors are not giving out any
हाँ,
this. Yeah, okay. Oh, but I really like the I saw the Vendela status of the classroom. It's really beautiful. IIT Kanpur ka. Yeah, I didn't go there anytime, but yeah, I know a professor there well, uh, Devashish Kundu. So he's a great professor. Uh, yeah. So
but
Ishika,
he
yeah,
don't
yeah,
take our class, but he didn't
very.
take class.
He's a great professor and he's so humble. And I just, since I'm going to PhD, and he was the first person who did that work. No, sorry, I'm so sorry. He's a person who did his PhD under Sir Rao in the same topic I'm going to do PhD in from the same university. So I called him. I emailed him that sir, I'm going for PhD. Give me some blessings. Okay. So in Bengal it's called pranam নেওয়ার জন্য, like phone kora, and then he just texted me his phone number and asked me that please call me. And we had a great chat for 1.5 hours, and it's really great to meet so humble and down to earth. So yeah. So yeah, Ishika, what's your story?
First thing, Ojasvi Rajput is doing his PhD under Devashish sir only.
Yeah.
Yes. So coming to my journey, basically it started after high school only. Basically, I was very interested in maths since my childhood. I just love to do maths and stuff like that. I didn't prepare for JE also, but it went something like 99.99 percentile in maths, followed by 33 and 33 in physics and chemistry. So this is the thing that taught me that I love maths, and I had computer science also, so I want to do something kind of amalgam of maths and computer science. And I realized that BTech is not my cup of tea now because it involves physics and chemistry as well. And I don't want to go in that at all. So basically, after my exams only and after my results, after my class 12th results, I was a bit of confused. I also applied to some BTech universities and I was getting good universities also. But then my mind shifted that maths honors is not my, because that was not practical kind of thing. So I basically went through the syllabus of BSc Statistics Honors, the curriculum for 1 month or so, and studied each and everything, what econometrics means, what financial means, and sort of stuff like that. And then I realized that yes, I can try this out. At least physics, chemistry, se to acha hi yoga. Then I went into that, and when I went into that in my first year, I used to study more hours. Like it is said na, that in college you don't have to study much. It's a bit light for in the starting, but I used to study like 10-15 hours a day. And mama is like, what are you doing? You don't study that much in your school, and now you are studying it in college. COVID has come, just stop doing it. But I used to enjoy it a lot. Various things, couple of things. I just pick anything I see on the internet and just pick out the book, read the stuff. I just love that. So basically, after that, I thought upon that I can do JAM, and IIT Kanpur was my first choice, and I got that.
Oh, I am here. Okay,
Yes,
now I am here. Okay. Okay, great, super. So, nice to hear you, Jenny. So, you're a PhD minded or PhD minded?
yes. Till now, I'm PhD minded in finance, kind of
Okay.
quantitative finance.
Okay, great. So, one suggestions to the PhD people is that try to do as many internships from professors, research internships. There are two things. Number one, it helps in your, of course, research journey. I mean, that's the priority number one. And second one is it helps you building your network, which can lead to recommendations in the future. So good work can lead to good, better places for your research in the future.
How does that work actually? I'm not really sure. Like, do those offers come up throughout the academic year?
You will see your batchmates doing that, and we seniors are here, so we can talk about that on WhatsApp.
Okay,
So
okay, fine.
yeah. So the next question is that how did you like when did you start your preparation? Like when did you like really start it? Like I will go in the alphabetical order: Aditya, Aindrila, and Ishika. And yeah. So how did you really start your preparation? Did you give jam, Aditya?
No, I didn't give the chance.
Okay. So how did you like prepare yourself? It was the
Yeah,
first attempt for all of you, right?
yeah.
Great. So yeah.
So, so yeah. While like I after I graduated, I said, I was thinking of taking the civil service exams and economics and all that. So my realization came relatively late. It came in like November of last year. So I really started getting into earnest preparation around December only, December of 2020. So that basically involved brushing off most of the statistics syllabus I'd done. I looked up books which I could use, and I looked online what references I could use, like Cassell and Berger and linear algebra by Gilbert Strang and whatnot. I looked up all the books I could use, and yeah, then when my father told me that one of my colleagues as someone who's preparing for the ISI MStat already, and he's studying it from Cheenta, so you should also look into that. So that's how I came to know about Cheenta. Uh, so I think I was basically revising all of the things that I did and doing problems from those books. And among the other things, Cheenta helped me in a lot. It really helped me to know what books to refer to. When I joined the course, I learned about a bunch of new books. For example, probably the best textbook I've learned about to this day is Introduction to Probability Theory by Huang and Blitzstein. That textbook was a total lifesaver because of all of the problems inside it. I had great fun solving all of those exercises which were given inside, and a lot of self study was involved. I made it a point to do the
Yeah,
problems.
I will be coming to the detailed preparation soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
so it was like around November, December region you started the real earnest
Yes,
studying.
yes,
Great.
yes.
So what about Vendrila?
Uh, but I said already. In July, I started it very first beginning. So I was not late. First of all, in July, June or July 2020, when lockdown started, then I started my preparation. This definitely not in Cheenta, but I started. But after July 2021, then I was serious. I was absolutely serious. The testing, hypothesis, CRLB, then unbiasedness. These are all done, and I was like, I can handle the question papers. And then you know that, and one fine Saturday mornings, one fine Saturday afternoon, someone texted me, and that was you. Yeah. And yeah, and that from that day, everything changed. The classes, my schedule, homeworks, assignments, everything changed, and that really works.
Yeah, so she said like I'm the god, like the savior. No, no, I'm not like that. So it's like it
No, you are
happened.
not like God, but
No,
Sridhar
I'm
is
just joking.
Sridhar. It's like
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so you started around July 20, right?
July 2020. I was not late. For this, I was not late.
Yeah,
For
you are
J
not.
preparation or something after 12 that was happening, something KVPY. I was really very late. I don't know about the examinations. But for this, I was not late and it was perfect.
Great, super. Yeah. So yeah, KVPI is closed by the way now. If you know about that, so that's a bad. Slow API is closed. Yeah. So coming back to Ishika. So when did you start? I'm sure Ojashvi sir has a lot of influence in your life. You
Yes.
have already told me, so I want to hear that in your learning journey. So yeah, when did you start preparing?
Sure. So basically, I started looking into the jam stuff and things like that in March 2021 only. That I'm going to do masters now, because before that I used to think that I'm getting good grades, I'll directly get into DU masters. I don't have to give any exam, easy peasy thing. But then I realized that there are many colleges, many universities out there who also do get to. We can do statistics from there also, MSc statistics, and then I searched about IIT Kanpur, and it impressed me a lot. And then after searching for people who have already cleared JAM on LinkedIn, I got the number of Ojasvi Rajput from there only. And then he just texted me the number. He's at IIT Bombay, basically, that child. And he texted me the number. You just call him up. And he doesn't take classes now. He's from BHU and stuff like that. So one fine day, I called him in the evening. So it was like the call went for like 1.5 to 2 hours, I guess. And he he told me about each and every book he referred, each and everything in detail. I wrote it down on a paper. I still have that paper, not here in my home, basically. So he told me about all those things, and I just said, "Bhaiya, please start the classes." No. So he's like, I am very busy. I'm busy with my PhD and stuff. So it's tough for me. But whenever I'll start, I'll let you know. And I used to text him in a round of 1 week. Bhaiya, when are you starting the classes? When will classes start? When are you starting? So basically, in July and basically mid of July, he said
Which year?
July 2021.
Okay.
He texted me that I am planning to start the classes. So will you be interested? Like, sure, I am coming. I am the first student. I want to be a first student. So that's how my journey started in July 2021 completely. Before that, I was just taking the account of the books from your site and stuff like that.
Great, super. So great to hear all these stories. I had also great talk with Ajashvi after Ishika told me, and he's a super guy. I really liked him talking to him, and he's super frank. I talked to him over Facebook, and now I have his number and stuff. let's see if we can collaborate in the future with him. In the let's
I
see.
met him here for the first time, and it was
Great. Super. Super. So in IIT Kanpur.
yes. He's in IIT Kanpur only, na.
Super. Great. Nice. Super. So yeah, Vinder, you should also meet him. He's a great guy. Like I think. Yes. So.
Sure.
So yeah. Coming back to the next question. So now, before I go into the journey, okay. So before let's maybe go into journey in the first go. So Aditya, how did you start your journey of? And now you can share all the heart out. You can put your heart out now. Of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the.
Right. Now is the time for that. So, my original intention was just to study on my own. I guess my original intention was just to look up all the books or solve all the papers and so on and so forth. So for like December and January, I was just revising my concepts to those books, doing problems exercises from Kassel and Berger and Strang and whatnot. And so that was if I hadn't been told about the class, then I probably that was how that was going to go. Just me doing problems at home. But uh, then my dad told me about Cheenta, and I ended up joining in February for the classes. So from that point on, it was a really good way of checking how far I'd progressed, and with so many people around me, like it was a class of like 20 or so. It was a great way of seeing where I actually stood with regard to everybody else. So that was a huge advantage I had because of Chinta. And
How did you like? What did you do during that time of I think you told November, December region to February, like
I was
before
studying
Jan.
just studying on my own, looking up problems to solve, solving them on my own. That's all.
Okay.
So it's not really very. I can't like I know I'm making it sound very simple, but I don't know how else to tell it because really that's all I was doing. I was doing studies on my own, and I was solving problems, and that's pretty much it for that time.
So considering that like since this whole talk is based on the university people like who are coming from University of Mumbai. So how is the structure of the curriculum from in the University of Mumbai uh, that it really help you in the jam or that can really help you in the jam or ISI preparation?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say the university structure itself. Like of course, I'm very grateful that the structure allowed me to get into statistics in the first place. So in that regard, of course, I'm very happy that because of that, I managed to get here. But I don't think the structure itself is anything particularly special as such because it covers the usual stuff like there's a calculus courses for in maths, there is linear algebra, there's ANOVA and estimation, all of that. But that is pretty usual, I think. That's pretty much the usual undergraduate curriculum. So I don't think that especially helped me compared to any other place. I don't think so.
Okay, so what will you suggest your juniors like from University of Mumbai when to start the preparation if they're doing for jam or ISI?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. And in hindsight, I would say that the best time to start is you should already in your second year you start learning about things like linear algebra and a lot of the advanced like the Pauli distributions and all of that. They really start getting into the thick of that in the second year. And I think that is about the best time to also start concurrently preparing for the ISI because you should because learning that is already like laying the groundwork for future success because when it comes down to it, the ISI exam tests mostly on those concepts only, those fundamental second year and third year concepts, but at a higher level. But you can get to that higher level without doing your best in class, keeping your eyes and ears open. So I would say that even though you might not be able to solve even though you might not be able to solve the ISI level problems at that stage at second year, you should definitely start preparing and laying the foundation already in the second year itself. You should be aware of what is going to come, and based on that, you should start preparing for that.
Super. Okay. So yeah, what did you do from February? This is the last chance you will get to tell your journey in detail. So, give it as much.
Of course, of course, of course. So, like, as much as I could say, it became very exciting from then on. It was just that, along with that book study I was doing, I had the added benefit of learning from Cheenta. And alongside that, I also joined up the mock exam classes. So it was I would study and then join the classes for the evening. And one of the best parts, the best part of the course, I think, was the problem solving session, because it was like a very collaborative thing. So it was really fun to, try to puzzle out the answer along with everybody. I think Aindrila would agree with that. There's so many problem solving sessions, and you'd share strategies and so on and so forth. And I think I had one advantage in the sense that because I graduated already, I didn't have the strain of any other exams on the side to prepare for. So I don't have any particular advice on that front to anybody who's watching this. But I would say that it really helped to have that kind of single-minded focus on just the exam and nothing else. And yeah, there's nothing remarkable, I have to say, honestly. It was just learning in the classes, applying that learning on my own as well as in problem-solving sessions, and doing your mock exams.
So, what are
That
the three top things? Okay, I will come to that question next
Okay.
in the next round for all of you, because many people cannot afford to join Cheenta or are not interested. So they may be interested to learn on their own. So what will you suggest to them also? I will come to that point after this. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for your words, and for Aditya. So Aindrila next. Yep.
So my favorite parts or the portions that I can do the problems very easily. Just read a problem and take my pen and just do it. Yeah. But what was my weak point? My weak point was the mathematics part. The sequence, series, some eigenvalues and eigenvectors was okay, but the sequence, series, and some tricky parts of linear algebra, that was my weak part. So I started work on my weak part. So what is my study? So first of all, I read the concepts very much. Then I read books. Actually, I don't like any type of soft copy. I like hard copy. So if some PDFs here, I just go and print out. So then after that, I just when it started everything, so I do the problems, take on my pen and paper and write those problems. And the 50% and I think that so writing a problem clearly in your pen and paper can solve the problem 50%. It's go for me very truly. And then and what about that?
Okay. So great. So I think this is something that connects to me, that if you write down the problem in pen and paper, that really that really stays in your mind and mind starts working well. So that's a really great part. Okay. So okay, anything you want to add, or I will move on to Ishika?
As you like.
Can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
I think one part of mathematics, this is very general advice, of course, to write things down. But one part of mathematics where this is especially important is, I think, analysis, because analysis has those kinds of problems which you think but when you start writing, you realize that you don't actually know. You have to think a lot. So in that field, especially, I think you should do problems in hand as much as possible.
Yeah. This is so true, because in analysis there is always the idea of epsilon delta, and you understand this limit converge, the sequence converges, but you cannot prove the sequence is converging. So this is kind of a bit. I really like this point of Aditya. So coming back to Aindrila, to the students from West Bengal State University, what will you suggest? Like, how do they prepare?
Actually, the syllabus structure was completely okay for the West Bengal State University. In the 4th semester, the statistics, those are in the IIT JAM. The syllabus, those are in the IIT JAM, was completed. So syllabus structure was absolutely okay. You have to work hard. You have to definitely give mock tests mock test taught me and all of the students a lot. Mock tests are really, very important that I suggest always. And it actually, to take a problem on your own free mind, that's a different issue. But take a problem when there is a time management, when there is a competition, when you have on your mind that I have to be first one, I have to be second one, or I have to be, my rank should be good. So taking a problem in that mind was definitely something very much. So I suggest um, to give the mock test, and the problems that you won't solve, that to see the problems again and again. And for the uh, when there is a pardon 1 marks questions and 2 marks questions, I think don't divide that. So the first one is, and there are most of the students that they do the 2 marks question first, then at last they attend the 1 marks question. I think that doesn't work. So I think that do the MCQ when there is a one option correct, that the first one, the first of your choice. Then after that you attend the NAT part. Then after that you attend the MSQ part. Then if just for MSQ, you have all the 4 options have to be checked.
Okay.
That took time, but not for the. And it's for me in the sequence and series problems in the IIT Jam that I can solve easily. But the problem from the basic probability, that's were long and that I can't. And there are the many simple problems that I left. Just left half on the path and jump to the one problem, next again back to the problem, and everything was not going so good. But there were some problems that were tricky, and 2 or 3 problems were tricky, but I really easily can solve the problem in the examination hall, and that was correct.
Great.
But
Super.
easy problems.
Yeah. So simulating the exam scenario in terms of mock tests or whatever assignments, or maybe the temperament, the environment around you, maybe it really helps a lot, I guess. And also the understanding the weak points of yours, as Vindil has mentioned, also helps. Yep. So coming back to Delhi University, Ishika. So how did you prepare, and what was your journey?
So basically, in March, when I had a call with him, so he marked down some books that please start with Prasanna's How. I have never heard about that book. That was a very different book. You don't get it in anywhere, like nowhere written. I think you might not have even heard Aditya. I'm not sure. So it's a very beginner's book, not much in that, but it's a very foundational level book. Like it builds your basic to the highest. And before coming to, like, before attending the classes in July, I have completed that book once. The Prasanna Sao book, all the chapters, everything. But the statistical inference part was a little tough for me because the classes were online and I don't have much glimpse of that. So that's why that was tough for me. Then Ojasvi, I completed that though. So I started with Prasanna Sao, went to Hogan Craig, then Rohatgi, and then Cheenta mock tests. That was my things with statistics. But now coming back to mathematics, that was a thing. Not my cup of tea again. I started kind of hating it, or getting afraid from it a little bit. I started with real analysis for like 2 months. I did devoted my time to real analysis, MAPA, and many books, many NPTEL lectures, MIT lectures, and whatnot. But still, I was not able to build that concept to the mark. Then Srijit Bhya suggested me that you start with linear algebra, go to Gilbert Stamp, and attend his lectures. I start with Gilbert Stamp, first lecture, 10 minutes. I was like, no, it's not my cup of tea. Then I again started it after 1 week, not again. I watched the first lecture for like 10 times, and the 10th time it was all enough for that. And then in a series I completed that 80 lecture series in 20 days, everything done, all the questions done along with the book he has and everything, because now I have interest in that. So basically my linear algebra part was good, but again real analysis is something I tried my best but not. It
I
was.
think in the first I was talking to Ori through. I think he's from IIT Kanpur, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So he told in the first day they have taught you groups and fields, and yeah, how did it go?
What?
You have started bunking classes?
No,
Oh,
not.
okay.
We just
I'm
had
just
one class.
yeah. I just told like first day, mein, I think they have done groups and fields, right?
Huh, yes, yes, yes. Groups and
Yeah. So you told you and you didn't like real analysis, so I thought of pulling your leg by telling it's already
yes, yes,
started
yes.
there.
Yes, I saw that. Groups and fields and rank. Basically, linear algebra started with the real analysis, and real analysis also started with real analysis. No,
Okay,
that
yeah, true.
stuff for me.
True, super. Yeah,
Huh.
I mean, this is the idea. I mean, the real numbers have a really great property of the real. It's real numbers are a part of vector space, and also real numbers are a part of real analysis because the field structure and the completeness axiom and all these things are really important. In fact, I asked one question like, give an example of a group uh, which cannot be extended to a field. Okay, it's a homework for you. Okay, for the
Please
first
don't
read.
ask me that. Please.
So yeah, okay, yeah. Let's move on to the next question. So yeah, so I think it's quite of a journey for. So anything you want to suggest from a DU student perspective? What a DU student can do, Ishika? Like, I mean, not
Yes.
all can join into any coaching, right? Or not all can join anything. So what do you think one can do? Like,
I
uh,
think if you do the entire due curriculum by heart, actually by heart, even if it is online, then also by heart. So I don't
it's
think
like
you don't need to
after
do anything.
after online for 2 years, Ishika is like it's online or online. It's online or offline.
Or
Okay.
online. No, 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 it's online or online.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it's just that if you're seeing the curriculum of the due, it's very nice. It contains everything, all the practical aspects, all the theoretical aspects. So if you do it positively, properly, be attentive in class, then I don't think you have to do anything for jam. Basically, like they said, that competition and stuff like that. When I started my journey, and when just we started our journey, basically, so he never taught us with respect to jam. He always taught us how to be a good statistician. He never took the word name of jam. I don't know when in the class we have discussed any PYQ by the name of PYQ. It was just general assignments and just do it, not like PYQs. I just attempted your mocks in January itself too. So we never did it like that. And we attempted gate statistics paper also. He asked us to attempt that also, the previous year papers. Yes.
I mean, this is the reason why I like to interact with Oshishu because he has this holistic approach towards education and not like just FDM focused type. That's why I really like interacting with. Great, super. Okay, coming back to the next part, let's discuss about the books and online resources that you think you have used. It's useful for the students, and also what you could have done it better. So let's start with single topics. So first is real analysis. Ishika, real analysis.
I guess MAPA.
Okay,
That's
Vendrila.
Mappa and Bartley Sugar.
Aditya.
Yeah, I would actually suggest there are two books I have in mind. One is Stephen Abbott's Understanding Analysis, and the other is Bartle and Trevor. Those are the two books I have in mind. So I'll be the first to admit that my own real analysis is quite weak. It's not as strong as it should be. But and so right now actually I've been revising stuff in preparation for the classes by using Bartle and Trevor. That is a fantastic book. You should read it cover to cover if you can.
Yeah. So Bartley Sherwood wins by 3 votes. Super. It's a really great book. Stephen Abbott is a really great book too. If you want to understand how real numbers develop, like by like from the rational numbers, there are holes right on the real number lines, and that holes are being fulfilled. Like there's an on the rational number set of rational. Okay, so IITK people, the rational numbers with plus and multiplication is a field, right? Yes or no? True or false?
why are you asking real?
Okay. Yeah.
I can't give the answer consciously or unconsciously. Please don't do this.
Okay. No. I'm just I so it's a field. Okay. So therefore you should like with the multiplication stuff. It's a field. So so I mean it's very important to know this thing. So how it's developed to a real number line is also a field, and uh, So you should know all these things, okay? And that's why the step in about is really great. So Steve, birthday server wins for real analysis. What is really so any online resources for real analysis, guys? Online video lectures.
I believe a copy of Stephen Abbott is available like legally online. I believe so.
No, no. I mean, it's. I
But
mean,
apart from
videos. I
that,
mean, videos.
uh,
I mean, people will figure out. People and this Gen Z people know how to get a legal book. Very good for free. I'm just talking about the videos. Do you suggest any videos, Aditya and others? Ishika and Aindrila for your analysis.
No, I guess.
Aditya's need is very slow, I guess. Aindrila, you suggest something for your analysis?
For real analysis, no.
Okay, so okay, stay here. So what about linear algebra? Any books or online resources?
There is a link, I think, YouTube link. There's all of us are 3D objects, linear. I don't now. I just
Three
forgot.
blue, one brown.
Book was Hadley Sugar. Hadley something. Hadley G Hadley like linear.
Okay, okay. G Hadley linear. Let me search it up. Yeah, Aditya, please continue.
yeah, no, I would actually highly recommend using the three blue one browns videos on linear algebra just to get a visual understanding of what is going on. That is fantastic for if you have read a little bit of linear algebra, that will give you a very nice intuitive understanding of what is actually going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think Aindrila is sharing about this book. Is it that Aindrila? This is the one.
Something maybe, but the cover is not black. Mine
Okay,
is
maybe it's an
yellow,
old version.
green.
Okay, maybe it's an old version. Okay. Okay. Oh, R.D. Sharma also has linear algebra. Oh, nice. Great.
And today I have bought Rao Himashankaran for linear algebra.
Ah, okay. It's for the IIT Kanpur.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful book. You should read it. Okay. Yeah, you should do that book. You should do that book.
And Gilbert Strang lectures work like wonders.
Yeah, but not in IIT Kanpur Masters. Okay, that's for the
Oh,
undergrad people.
Yes.
Because IIT Kanpur, when you need to start learning whether first queue is a field or not, okay, and the appropriate operations.
I'm talking
Oh.
about them only.
Okay, yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah, Bhama, Rao Himashankaran is a really great book. So linear algebra is done. What about? I think. What about the multivariate analysis part, the real analysis part? Any books or online resources? No. Yes. Raise your hand.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Okay. So where did you learn it from? I mean, yeah, for ISI it was not there. For IIT Aindrila, you learned from
From
Cheenta or
notes.
okay. Okay,
Some Cheenta notes also and some from others.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ishika, I think Ojas Mr. has taught you, right?
Yes.
Great, super. So next is probability. Now that should have a lot of answer. Raise your hand one by one. Yeah, Aditya.
Yeah, so there's the classic recommendation of Huang and Blitzstein. That is like an absolutely fantastic. I would say it's the best textbook I've ever encountered, period, because of how excellent the teaching is inside it. Plus, the collection of problems is fantastic. I cannot praise that book enough. And the cherry on top is that it's freely available online on their website. If you Google Introduction to Quality Theory by Huang and Blitzstein, you'll find it online. It is absolutely amazing. There's just no superlatives that really describe how good it is. Another textbook I really enjoyed was Sheldon Ross's probability theory textbook. I'm not sure of the exact name. I think it's something like a first course in probability or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think where it really shines is that the example problems are excellent. the example problems as well as the exercises are all excellent and very, very interesting. So that's a really good problem book if you want to refer to something else. So these are the
Great.
two books which I thought were really helpful. And yeah, I think for probability theory, these are the two main books I refer to.
Super. Great. What about Vendrila and Ishika? One by one.
Children Rose.
Children Ross. So one thing I found a bit I didn't like about Children Ross is that it didn't contain the Jacobian part really well, which is really important. So that's why I shifted to initially I used to teach from Sheldon Ross when we started, and I started teaching probability, but I moved on to Blitzstein afterwards. And but another, if you really are mathematically oriented and if you have a math background and going into probability, I think the best book should be Rohatgi Saleh, because the measure theory portion is really superb. I think you're learning that. I think you should be using that in your masters. Are you using that in your masters?
Yes. For probability, we are using Rodkin.
Okay, yeah, because of the measure theory, structuring of that. So that's
Sigma
very
theory, stuff like that.
yeah. So if you can learn that, you see that if you go into IIT Kanpur, like for the people, you will already be 1 year ahead of them ahead. So if you learn from Rohit Sal, so that's really great. Okay, superb. So that is done. And any online lectures? Vendila, what is your suggestion?
I used Sheldon Ross, Rohatgi, and there was a book like Problems on Probability, something Aim Goon and Davis Troy written problems. Some dark pin cover book. I didn't
Okay,
name.
I don't remember the name. So if you have the PDF to share it with,
No,
I will.
I don't have the PDF. I don't use PDF.
Oh yeah,
I use hard copies.
Okay, okay. So Ishika, Vendila always stays in the library.
I don't
I'm
think so.
not.
Okay,
I'm not.
okay. Okay. So okay. Great. I need to search that book because it's an Indian author. So maybe yeah. Yeah, Aditya. Okay. So everything done, right? So for probability. So therefore we can move ahead to okay. So coming back to lectures, online video lectures, we have in our website for few links of NPTEL lectures. Did you go through that? Do you think they're useful? I mean, if you have not gone, that it's okay.
I don't think I saw those. I don't think I used those.
So also there's Blitzstein ka probability series lectures, so maybe you can also watch them. So the link is in the if you search for preparation videos, IIT Jam or ISI MStat Cheenta, then you will get the links out there. Okay, coming to statistics, what books did you follow, guys?
It for me, Mujgable Bose, P. Mukhopadhyay was okay. Enough for IIT Jam.
Great. So, okay, and Aditya Ishika, Mood Grable and P. Mukhopadhyay, right? Okay, yeah. Aditya and Ishika, anyone? Raise your hand, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Casella and Berger was like one resource I used for statistical inference. That and it has the bonus of having a lot of good problems in probability also. So if you want, you can use it for getting a quick rundown of the distributions and all. And it's pretty comprehensive. One thing I also refer to my old Mumbai University notes for some stuff like I come from Ruya College and we had a course in like estimators and all. So I found myself referring to that. But of course, that's just I can't recommend that exactly. Another textbook I used a lot was I forget the author's name now, but there is this big comprehensive textbook called Introduction to Mathematical Statistics by some Indian author. I just forget their name now. VK Sharma, I think. I don't know.
VK Kapoor.
Yeah, yeah.
C. Gupta and VK Kapoor.
Yes, exactly. See, it's very big, very comprehensive. I refer to that when I was stuck somewhere. That contains a lot of stuff also. And I think I also used this textbook. Uh, No. That's something else. So it's all right. I think these are the main books I use.
Okay, Ishika.
Once, I use VK Rothki, probability, Introduction to Probability and Statistics, and Statistical Inference one also. And I want to rectify one thing about SC Gupta and VK Kapoor book. Please don't read its theory. There are very wrong things in that book. You can refer its examples and back problems on conditional expectation. It's like a guide and due. So I know a hell lot about that book. So that's why I have experience.
So do
So
you people note it? Please note it. Yeah.
yes, like conditional expectation, you can do the examples from that book and statistical inference questions also. And I think that's all. And something about geometric probability. There are not much questions in other textbooks on geometric probability in particular. So you can refer to that book in particular. Other than that, don't refer it for any theory and or any other questions also. It's not a good book, so please be aware of that. And Rohatgi is a great book. I refer to that.
Super. But that like now the students are confused because of so many books. So my suggestion is that go through all these books, guys. This is how I used to select books. I went to the library because I was also a hard copy person, like when Villa. So I'm a hard copy also person. So I went to the library. I researched all the books, and this is how I always do. Now I do it in LibGen, but then I used to do it in library. So I go to all the books and I download all the books. I see and I which language really motivates me. That's how I found Sheldon Ross. That's how I found Blitzstein. Okay, and whatever suits you, just follow that. Okay, and do one single book for every what all these topics we are telling, and then that will be totally fine for your preparation. That's how I learned it. That's how I did it. Okay. So coming back to the next portion of preparation part, not the preparation part of the how did you manage your time and how did you attempt the question paper? Vendela already hinted a bit about her. How did she manage? So I will start with her again, and then I will move into Aditya to Aditya and Ishika. Vendela, please, how did you attempt the question paper to manage your time?
That was my fault. That time management was my fault. Everything
Oh yeah,
was wrong. That I have planned anything.
okay, okay.
So that was my point. If my preparation was okay, my concepts were okay for IIT Jam. My the formulas was I perfectly remembered. But for the time management,
But still, I am here.
but still I'm
Okay,
here.
okay, yeah. So, what will you suggest your juniors, Vendela?
Not to jump to the other questions. Give it your
Okay,
full. Give it your full to the perfect questions. The particular question, give it your full. Not to jump. होगा कभी ना कभी तो होगा ना.
okay,
मतलब
great.
within your
Kabhi na
1 or
kabhi
2
to hoga.
minutes. Within your 1 or 2 minutes is enough for that particular question. If it is 1 mark, definitely.
Sure, great. So there's this Shubha, I was going through this video of Google like hashtag बोलने से सब होगा. So it's like that. Hashtag कभी ना कभी तो होगा. So that's great. So yeah, super. So yeah, I really suggest this because I personally suggest my students that I think I suggested it to Vandila because I also maybe I don't know I suggested to my the internal students that about the 60% of the question one should do that around 36 questions out of 60 questions, and that increases your time to 5 questions. So how to find those 36 questions and giving your 5 minutes. So by kabhi na kabhi hoga, it means don't just give 10-15 minutes to each problem, but it means at least 3 to 5 minutes, not like we getting 10. So I get your point. Yeah, Vandera. So Aditya didn't give jam. I will come to for your ISI part. So Ishika about jam.
Yes, the actually strategy is not like unique for everyone. It varies differently with different person. So basic my strategy was that jump the bouncers. There are bouncers over there, like in cricket. You have to leave, otherwise you'll get out. So I did the
Wow,
same.
I like the analogy. Okay.
So I did the same thing. Basically, there were some probability questions, and you just feel like I spent like 2 months doing probability. I am doing a statistic paper, so I have to solve each and every probability question, but they take time. And if you're doing a competitive exam, you can't spend that much time to a question. So basically, just read it, and if you don't get even one line of that by reading it once, just leave it.
Very good. I like this
Go
strategy.
to the next question. So don't take it on your basically ego that I have to attempt it. How can I not attempt it? It's a competition going on. You can't do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's
and
So
and and that's why you have to make your weaker points strong. And as for me, sequence and series are weaker point, but I solved that problems for sequence and series. But probability was a good part, probability the strongest part, but I can't. So don't leave your weaker part. Do work on the weak part.
yeah. So yeah, I can see the the anger and on Vandila's face. Like yes. Okay, great. I like the energy. So yeah. So I hope you got your points from your seniors. Um, not really similar approaches, but yeah, that I mean that gives a hint that maybe you should make your own approaches by giving the mock tests. So yeah, I think surely the mock tests have helped them mold their own preparation, how to attempt the question paper. Yeah. So Aditya, what about your ISI journey? Okay, coming back, I forgot one thing to ask Aditya. What about the sample survey and all those regression part for the ISI portion, the books,
Oh yeah. For regression analysis, I use the Rice textbook as well as
the
honestly,
genre rise?
yeah, exactly. And I think regression was one thing I kind of just skipped around the internet trying to find good resources for, but I honestly didn't find any good comprehensive source for regression. I don't know. I could probably try harder again this time. Try searching for more good resources, but I don't really know if there's any good resource beyond what was actually taught to me at university and what was in John A. Rice. I don't know really. I have no clue that.
Great. Okay. And sample survey, genre rise, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So coming back to this ISI wala preparation, what
Time
did you do?
management, right?
Huh?
Time management, right?
Time management and how did you I don't think time management is a very big issue in ISI. Okay, not at all. Either you know it or don't know it. That's it. Yeah,
Right,
I mean
right.
it's like binary. What like anyone want to say something like about
Yeah,
this?
for the ISI, I had actually kind of like identified, that there was some top I looked at past papers and seen that there's a certain pattern to them. Like first few problems are analysis, and then there is linear algebra, and then there is combinatorics, and then there's probability and so on. So my mindset was that uh, I would try to attempt the questions from the parts that are stronger first. So like I was confident in combinatorics, I was confident in probability and inference, and I was not so confident in some of the other parts. So
Yeah.
my strategy was to try those sections first, and my policy was that if I saw the question and I could do it within like a minute, like if I thought I was confident I could solve it in a minute, then I would do it. And if I couldn't, then I would leave it for later.
Mhm.
And so that's how I proceeded throughout the paper. I first solved the questions which I knew I could do immediately, and then if a question stalled me for like 1 or 2 minutes, then I decided to then I would leave it and attempt it later. So that's how I proceeded throughout the examination. And I think time management is a problem for me in the PSV part, the subjective part, because I had estimated that the question turned out to be much lengthier than I expected. Because by the time I was done writing my second question, 1 hour had already passed, and that really made it harder to attempt the remaining questions. I feel like I would have done a better job if I had managed the time better for the first two parts.
Okay. So PSV part needs more. So I will maybe do another live with you for the interview board with the people who got to the interview.
Right, right.
Yeah. So let's not talk about that. But yeah, I mean he had to give the interview this time, so maybe this year or next year also want us to get the interview. And yeah. So So yeah, I mean, interview is a different ball game altogether. Okay, so that's quite a bit. I mean, any other questions you want to answer before I move to the last and final questions to all of you? Any other preparation questions, Aditya, Aindrila, and Ishika?
Oh, wait. Something occurs to me, and it's that for analysis, uh, there's a wonderful problem series of problem books by Kaczor and Novak, which I found really useful for self study. There are some absolutely beautiful problems there, and there is solutions that attach to all those books, so you can actually study those on your own if you want to.
Yeah, so IITK people, make sure that your assignment problems are not coming. I mean, keep an eye on the book. Maybe your exam problems might come from Gags and Novak. Okay? So they are really beautiful problems. I mean, usually people set from there. I say people also set from there. So
Please send the entire name of the book, please.
abhi to interest aa gaya Ishika.
Up to interest.
Okay. So yeah, Aditya, you can talk to Ishika maybe after this. Okay. So yeah, and now Aindrila can also talk to Ishika also, or Aditya also. Yeah. You're telling something to me?
I just
Ishika?
forgot.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, forgot it. Okay, so coming back to the final question to all of you. After this one, yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Basically, my strategy when I was preparing for the exam was like I get up at 6 and read till 10, and then again I go to sleep. So it was something like that. So for people who are attending their offline classes and for due students, obviously, so I would strongly suggest that consistency is what matters. Even when there were days when I was not at my place and I can't devote that 4 hours to my exam preparation. So what I used to do was I have this uh, distributions PDFs basically list in my phone, and I used to give by staying someone by going in a room or in a washroom even and studying that for 10 minutes, so that in my mind I have that glimpse that I read it daily. I had a consistent timing, and I was consistent about my exam preparation. So I would strongly suggest that please be consistent. Just read even for 5 minutes. If you're even reading for 5 minutes, that gives you a confidence that yes, I did something for the day.
Great. So I mean, that's the motivational speech of the day, guys, from Ishika Gupta. So so yeah, of course, consistency is the key, and I mean, in fact, I remember one thing regarding memorization, guys. I was going through an ancient technique from you know from India. Uh, so I once I heard this from a Vedic teacher. Okay, so one way to remove. So first of all, when I have seen Vendela, she's superb at memorizing. Okay, and I think that she has a superpower like that. Maybe, I mean, do you have photographic memory, Vendela?
Ha.
Do you have photographic memory, Vendela?
Mhm.
Okay, she has a great memory. Okay, so I remembered it because when I was giving problems like tell me the expectation of this random distribution. I mean, she's like, by this. I was like, what is going on? Like, I really appreciate that. Keep it up, okay? I mean, memory with RAM and processor power, if both are good, I mean, it's a great Apple phone. So yeah, great, super. So that is very important. The teaching that I wanted to share that if you write down stuff, I mean, as Vendela's told, like if you write down the problem that solves it with the 50% of the problems. If you write down something, let's say you want to memorize something, you want to write it down 100 times before sleeping and read it out 10 times and then sleep and then get after getting up in the morning, do the same again. That I mean, if you do it for 7 days, I think I mean that the Vedic teacher told it stays in your mind. So maybe you can follow this technique to increase the memorization power. And I have not tested it because I'm not interested in increasing my memorization power. So it's just a free gyan, motivational gyan, just by inspired by Ishika. So okay, so great, super. So the final gyan and some motivational speech you want to give to the students, to your juniors, and I will start with Aindrila. Something motivational, and what do you want to say to your juniors and based on your mistakes, and yeah.
And the first of all, make cheat. That's important, really important. Just the day before the examination. So cheats are really very helpful, and that made by own yourself, not from copied from others. And if there are some students who turn in first or second in your class, okay, so don't you may follow them, but don't copy them. Definitely, you may follow, but don't copy. That doesn't work for yours. You have your own path, right? And and something that don't take stress, and give it your best for your preparation. If you are not getting so much good rank, that's what's mine. My rank was not good for me. I'm not happy with my rank. So, but if your preparation was okay, if you know that you are okay by your own side, then your rank was okay. You can accept that. If you are not okay in the last day of the exam, before the examination, you think that, yeah, I just forget that one, I forget that one, that concept is not clear. Uh, so in your mind there are some hesitations, like, so you should be perfect from your mind that your, so everything is okay in your preparation. Then exam was uh,
Super, super. So Wendell is saying like go to a Zen state and go to the Himalayas and meditate and stress free, drink a lot of waters and sleep. And yeah, so no, no, I really these are really important points. I mean, I really appreciate that. Great. And yeah, I also think that Vendrila is a pretty bright student. Both Aditya and Vendrila have taught them, so they regularly attend to the class and solve problems. So I believe that's one of the greatest attribute a student can have. Um, since I teach, I feel good. I didn't use to attend myself, so that's a different thing. Okay, so coming back to Ishika, so what's your
Basically, the mistake I made was, I think I made, when attempting the mock test, I attempted it from my comfort, basically sitting at my place, sitting in my room and attempted. If I have done it in a strange environment like a cyber cafe or a library, then it would have been much more helpful than that. So I just want to say that please attempt mock test in a strange environment and not at your comfort. Then only you can feel the pressure and stuff like that. And regarding the preparation, just don't think you are preparing for exam. Prepare it like a statistician, that you have to be a good statistician, so prepare it like that only. And I don't think there's much to say regarding anything else.
super, super great? Prepare like a statistician. Okay, Aditya, what's your ending line to the futures
Yeah.
engineers?
So yes, I have three things to say. Two are kind of negative, one is positive. So first negative thing is that don't start your preparation too late. Like I think I started it pretty late personally, and I think it made it harder for me because I had to cram a lot. And if you can the earlier you start preparing, the better it is for you. It goes without. Don't dither around like me without don't if, make it your goal and start preparing right away. That's probably the number one. Don't I have to say, don't waste your time. Start right away. The other don't is something I would love to tell myself even 1 or 2 months ago, and that is please don't stress out too much. Like that's the counterpoint to that. And I think preparation can be pretty nerve wracking. Like for me at least, I'm pretty bad with exams in general because they scare me a little bit, and I get nervous very easily. And don't do that. Like all you can do is your best, and the better the less your stress is, the less your anxiety is, the better it is going to be for you. So like stressing out feels like the appropriate response, but it is really not. It is counterproductive. And I know that's easier said than done, but like we discussed earlier, you should try to be a little zen about these things. And the final thing, a positive thing, and that is that you should try enjoying this because like I know this sounds like a little utopian and thing, but really the ISI exam is genuinely fun. Like I can genuinely say that the problems in the ISI are really, really fun. And even the ones which I couldn't get, like after I did my ISI PSA PhD exam, I had fun doing those problems which I couldn't do back in the comfort of my house. Like, even though I didn't get them, when I got them at last, I was like, aha, wow, that is amazing. And if you go through the past papers, you'll if you approach it if you take that approach, you'll have lots of those aha moments. And I think that was part of what made preparing for the exam so much fun. And again, it sounds utopian, but I think there is a lot of joy that you can get just by preparing for the exam. So if you can try and find that joy, that's the best thing you can do.
And otherwise, you should leave it there only if you don't enjoy your preparation journey.
Yes, I think this is something that really, that was a that's the reason that's a purpose behind my teaching, that I just to share this, because if you don't find joy like in learning, days even for exam, then of course competition is important, but don't, like, both the dimensions are important. Superb. And it's getting late for dinner for IITK people, I know. And yeah, so thank you for joining in, guys. Thank you for your time, and all the best for your group fills and rings and analysis course and others, and all the best for Aditya's for his courses, which is starting Monday, right? So all the best, and this will be uploaded later. Then the time will not match, but people will understand that it was recorded earlier. So thank you for joining in, and yeah, so have a great night ahead. Thank you, people, for joining in and watching this video. And if you want to get in touch with them, just search their name and you will get in touch with them, okay? Or you can get in touch with Cheenta. We can ask them if or you can, like, I think you should be getting in touch with them over LinkedIn or something like that. So yeah, thank you, guys, and good night, and have a great night and future study life ahead. And let me know if you need any help in the future. Thank you,
And
guys.
all the best to you too, Bhaiya.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.